start streaming, and it automatically comes up. I come back over here, try to grab the corner, and there it is. Now, if they're going to hear me talking, they might hear you guys talking because I didn't change any of the settings over here in OBS to get rid of the microphone. You can see my microphone is doing what it's supposed to do. It's barely hitting the yellow. And if you guys would say something in Zoom.
Hello.
I'm sure that's going out, but because even though it's not registering here, it's picking it up. So what I do at night is I come in here and I put this off. I put this off. I hook my headphones up and then I can talk on Zoom. So that's it. And then when you're done streaming, then the only other thing I do when I stream is I go in here, I go to YouTube, I go to my channel, I bring this one up so that I can see chat. I moved all of this over to my other monitor over here like this. And if you ever get to this point, you can do this. I bring up that there. I can't bring Zoom up right now because I'm sharing a screen. In order to put the goofy little things in that I put on Twidget, you have to click right here. You have to copy this link. You have to start it, paste it, hit connect. Now, if somebody will say something in the chat room, don't everybody say something in the chat room at once.
What do you want us to say?
Just say anything in chat. I want to show him how this works. Should he ever get to this point?
Oh, you mean YouTube chat?
Yeah, YouTube chat. Did I not specify that?
No, you didn't.
Oh, okay, rewind. If somebody would say something in YouTube chat, there's Tony Wallow. Thank you, Tony. Josh says hi. So, in order to see that, you hit select, but you see it doesn't show up on the fish tank cam because I would have to come in here, go find a Twidget, right click, copy, go to the fish tank, right click, paste, and now it shows up on. So there's Tony. There is going to be Josh. And there is going to be Jeff Ryman saying, hello, chatters. I like that one better than the one I came up with today. So if you ever get to that point and want to set it up, I'll be glad to walk you through it, or Alex can walk you through it. But that's how you do it. It's real simple.
Yeah.
It's real simple. And then in your case, you're going to be playing games. If you've got moderators, they'll moderate your chat so you don't have to worry about keeping up with that. And you can play your game. Now to end the stream.
Or when you're like me and you let people in your Zoom, you let random people in your Zoom when you're on there, and you had random people come in and cuss you out on the Zoom.
If you're going to do Zoom, I recommend using your personal identification code, whatever it's called, or personal meeting information, PMI, personal meeting information. Set it to something you want and only share it with the people you want to be on Zoom. Now, obviously, Zoom is good for us, but if this was going out over the internet, it would be frozen because for some reason when you share it, it's frozen.
Or if you do it the way I've done it, make sure that you don't use your personal meeting information, and make sure that you use a randomly generated code every time.
Right, because that way, right. And in Alex's case, he's exactly right. He should not use his personal one because that way anyone that has it can join at any point in time when he's doing something that he doesn't want people to join. So to end this, I can do it one of two ways. I can click on stop streaming right here, or I can hit my stream deck, or if I really wanted to get fancy, I can come back over here, and you'll notice now we still have the fish cam. We still have Zoom, but it's frozen because I'm sharing my screen. And if I bring Twidget back up and hit 1, need help sometime getting my creek on YouTube. I'm pretty sure we can accomplish that somehow. Now, once I kill sharing the screen, this will become active. So if I stop sharing my screen, almost instantly, that will become active. Simple. I mean, it really is simple. And you can go down the rabbit hole so deep on this stuff. I'm working on something right now that if I get it, I think you guys will like it. But I don't want it to be overkill. Okay? It's not going to be Dr. Rubbish. It's not going to be... who else might have you seen that I watch? Michael Frere, or Fire, however you say his name, with things coming in 100 miles an hour, and it's not going to be like that. It's going to be real subtle. It's going to be 2 things: an introduction and an outro, and that's basically it. I don't need to have anything coming through right now. I don't think. I'm not that gimmicky, or am I? I might be. Let me think about this a minute. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna find Duggan.
Flying pigs.
I'm gonna send Duggan an email to my YouTube channel. Oh boy.
Robert, I think that can be accomplished, honestly. OBS, off the top of my head, scene. Between me and the professor, I'm sure we can figure it out.
There was a Wi-Fi driver update 48 so I went in and applied it for her. Problem is, you know.
Are you back to being an admin?
What's that?
Are you back to being an administrator?
On the laptop, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your desktop. Okay,
No.
cool.
On the
We
laptop,
back.
yeah.
Wintermute says we back.
Now, Ken, on the Twidget thing, does that automatically go through all the comments?
No, I have to, let me share the screen again. I'll just bore you guys some more.
Well, I saw the select button, but earlier I thought you were saying it's going to do this one, then this one, and this one. I thought maybe you set it in automatic mode or something.
No, so Zoom will be frozen on the thing, and you guys, let me get that out of the way now. So, I don't want it in my way. So here's Twidget. Hang on a second. I'm going to get rid of this noise in the background. Doggone it. There we go. So Twidget. If I don't select, like right now, Wintermute saying we back. If I unselect that, it'll say nothing will show up. Now, if someone makes a comment in chat, for example, if I say thanks everyone and the spelling is wrong, and I hit enter, it'll pop up over there just like that. And until I hit select, it will not show up. So I can pick any one of these. I can hit Tony Wallow. I don't know what the delay is. Obviously longer than I like. And there it is.
Okay.
And then I can come down here and hit mine. And his will go away. And mine will show up. Now that is the one thing on Twitch that I've noticed. The delay is when you go from one to the other, it's pretty instantaneous. I wish they had a setting where it would be automatic.
I thought maybe you could select multiple ones at once and it would cycle through them.
Let's see if that can happen. So I'm going to hit Tony. I'm going to hit control this one. No, I'm controlling and it
changes.
It just changes. So, and again, it's free, it's cheap, it works.
Sure.
I mean, now the StreamYard, I think it is, I believe they have a setting where you can do it to where it'll generate it automatically. The bad part about that would be if you get some of these idiot comments that these people make that you don't really want, like, I own your wife. You don't want stuff like that popping up. So, probably didn't really want that going out over live YouTube either. So, I'm going to go ahead and end part 2. I'll keep Zoom running. Wintermute, thank you so much for pointing that out. Now, why is the clocks not working?
Seems like you have to reset that
No,
lock.
Jim,
Well, I do, and I'm okay with that. Do what, Josh?
I'm only the administrator on the laptop because you have to be, so.
Oh, that's fine. I thought you were talking about your desktop, and I just was curious. Okay, so once again, put on your boarding caps because here it comes. So, the way I do the clocks is I go to this site called Time Is, and it comes up the world clock worldwide. Now, oddly enough, it didn't show up like it normally does. What I do is I click on the clock, I go down to inspect, I change the clock face from black, or no, I want to leave it black, so that's good. So this is cool. Normally I have to change it. Now to change the background, I always go up to this corner, inspect, and change the color to whatever I want, and then I come up here and play around with it, and I'll go with that tonight for now. And there it is. That's the basic premise behind the clock. However, if you come over here and look at the stream, and I make that, I'll be dog, that should not work like that. There we go. Thank you. Well, it shouldn't have, but that's cool. Because, I know why I did it. I have to go into OBS. This box is cool. I'm good with that. You guys can't see it. It's on the other screen. What this is doing, this is picking up whatever the active tab is. So if I go to my Facebook, it'll pick up Facebook, but I can't show you that unless I move this over here. Yeah, see now my Facebook is showing up, or it was showing up. I go to Facebook, whatever the active tab is on this monitor, Facebook will show up in about 3 seconds. 2, there it is. And that's how my password got released. I was getting my password from my password manager, and it was showing up there. Thank goodness for Wintermute and Tony Wallow. They both caught it. And if I go into OBS, I can expand this box. I don't want to do that. I'm going to go back to the world clocks. And in about 6 seconds, the world clocks are going to show back up. So what I normally do on this monitor only is the world clocks are running. I get rid of anything else that's running. I don't think I can kill YouTube without killing the stream, but I'm going to try it. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab that tab and I'm going to run it over here to my other monitor. So now the only thing, and that was my fault. Without thinking, I went up here and hit LastPass, and I just wasn't thinking. So now the clocks are back. It looks good. Everything's set. That's how I do it. It's a pain in the ass, honestly, on one hand, but it's so easy on the other hand because it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 adjustments, and I can breeze through those in about 15 seconds. I would like to make it permanent. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I'm sure the people at Time Is don't want me to make it permanent. This is a temporary change. If I minimize this or refresh it, it goes back to their original settings, which is not black and white, actually. It's actually reversed. It's white on black. It's just stupid.
I have a comment for Josh.
Go ahead.
So Josh, so correct me if I'm wrong, but you did update for the Wi-Fi driver over Wi-Fi to your wife's computer that's on Wi-Fi.
Right.
Don't you think that was a bad idea? Because what if it hadn't worked? And you wouldn't have been able to use the computer. And you wouldn't have been able to connect back.
Yeah, but if I wouldn't have did it, I would have got a phone call tomorrow saying that there's a red thing down by the HP logo, and y'all would have been flipping out, and I would have got the phone call, and I made sure that I was able to what happened was it reconnected to the router when it was done. So it logged me off, and then I think it rebooted, and then it logged, when it rebooted, it logged me back on, so it's on.
So Wintermute made a comment, and I already stopped sharing my screen to try opening another browser. That works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work. I've just found it's best to not, on that particular monitor, it's really best not to open up another tab or another browser or anything, because it as you just saw, I released my password. Now, what I can do is I can put things on top of it. Right now I've got the Zoom meeting on top of time is, the clocks are still running. I've got the Twidget window on top of time is, and the clocks are still running because they're in the foreground of that operation. Best way I know how to describe it. Eventually I'll figure out how to save it to my computer using codec, and I won't have to worry about it. It'll be on my computer. I just haven't been able to do that yet. Yeah, Greg laughs. I agree, Greg. So, and yeah, that was Gary. I figured it was Gary that left, but no worries. I appreciate everyone's feedback on that. Thank you, Robert. Even the smart-ass old age comment. I'll show that one again. That's noteworthy.
Alex, I get what you meant, but I wanted to take care of it because I didn't want to get the phone call in the morning.
Another interesting thing is Tony Wallow retracted his message at 12:23. I don't get to see the time on Twidget, but that comment doesn't go away on Twidget. And it was nothing bad. He was just saying good night.
Josh, I think you would have been more likely to get a message or a phone call from Natasha if the Wi-Fi hadn't worked at all.
So I will end the stream and go back to the normal Zoom. Tony, thank you. Wintermute, thank you. Robert, thank you. I'm going to hit the button because I don't have an outro yet.
That's all, folks.
That's going to be it.